Yo, 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 yo. I don't know if it's on yet. Hopefully it is. Yeah, okay, it's on. Yo, yo, what up? What up? No, the newcomers on my page like, what you trying to get smart? You trying to kick some knowledge, nigga? Fuck that. Give me that. The reason the group, you know what I'm saying? Because individually you guys can do what you want, but if you notice, that's not how the overall thing works. Because at the end of the day, it's not like they just hustling black people. It's not like they just hustling white people. They hustle everybody. So obviously, individualism is cool for what you can bring to the table. But when it comes to establishing society, it's going to take a lot more hands. It's going to be because everything has to be there. The aqueduct, the blacksmith, or AKA the mechanic. You got to have all the pieces. And I think that's where, we kind of mess up. So we're going to go on this heavenly adventure into the glory of the light, the information of champions, the glorious. So, have you ever wondered why it's easy for them to literally like BS us down here? The ones that are not on top of the top, the super duper rich. The ones that tell you your economy's fine while everything's inflated, because they're still on the yacht. They're still eating, the $2,000 omelets. They still out there rocking all this luxurious clothing and stuff. I'm not talking about the entertainers. I'm talking about the ones who run them. What I want us to do in this video is get the crux of what is up. You know what I mean? So hold on. Make sure we up. All right. Okay. So before I start reading this, I want people to understand that I can't be wrong. Or if you want to say that, oh no, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay. I can't be far-fetched because for some strange reason, the information we're about to deal with is still wrapped around this particular group that everybody has given this title to. Even though there's not really any verification of it. It's just people gave it to them. All right. So the AI overview of Kabbalah is a Jewish mystical school of thought, discipline, and esoteric method that originated in the 12th century. It is an oral tradition that involves a personal guide initiating followers or Kabbalites or Kabbalists into its practice and doctrines or practices and doctrines. Kabbalists believe their Kabbalists believe their beliefs date back to the Torah origins and have been an accepted part of Judaism since the 12th century. Kabbalah's practices focus on solidarity, study, and direct communication with God. All right. I'm not going there with this information. Not where they went. We're going somewhere else. But, so it started in the 12th century. This is what they're saying. They're saying this science, this way of thinking started in the 12th century. All right, you guys still with me? All right, cool. I find that interesting because in the 12th century, it's still like what you would consider the Dark Ages all over the world. It's still melanated rulership all over the world. So, can I really credit a group coming up with this information that was, ramshacked and or beat up in Germany and all this different stuff, and they don't get a Israel until like the 1940s, 1930, late 30s, early 40s. And I'm already telling you, I don't believe this is their science because, they have a person at the end of this holy Bible named Christ. And what it says is they will say they are of me, but are not. They are of the synagogue of Satan. And it's like, okay, well, there's only one group on earth that is dealing with a synagogue and has a lot of, I'm not even going to say conspiracy because I've seen it. I've seen countless, New York Jews go through like real weird situations where they're, it's underground tunnels or, giving kids syphilis at the bris and, the Apple Jacks box filled with like 70 something grand, organ trafficking, so it's not far-fetched, like I said earlier, to say that this group is the imposters taking this information and using it for wickedness. It makes sense. Now, these four worlds, you know what I'm saying? I can't call them by name, I ain't been practicing the name, but the He, Va, He, Yad, people have heard that before. Okay. They're saying that breaks down to earth, air, water, and fire. Now, I got a better picture. Hold on, real quick. Real fast. I promise this won't take long. And actually, yeah, I got it right here. But I have a better picture to illustrate what I'm talking about. Almost there. Go down. Bam. All right. Okay. If you look at this picture, you can see the four elements. You see earth, wind, or earth, air, fire, and water. Okay. If you've how does lightning create, how does thunder and lightning get created? Is it coming out of the cloud? Do you see the dark clouds, and then out of the dark clouds is coming this thunder and then this lightning, or lightning and then thunder? You see the lightning, then you hear thunder. Okay. That is just air and water. That is the only two that are doing that, because air evaporates the water into the clouds. Okay. Thunder and lightning brings rain. Okay. So they're all mixed. And for anybody who's like a real science buff out there, air and water are pretty much the same atom. You know what I mean? That's why they're talking about they found some ice on the moon, and they're saying they can use this ice to like make, air, because you just split the element up. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can create air out of water. You can create water out of air. It's moisture. You know what I'm saying? It's just how it works. So they were saying that they could, build like a space, port on the north end of the moon. some whatever talk. You know what I'm saying? I don't even, because every time you look at the pictures, I gotta give you that. It's like we should have some real authentic pictures by now. We have to way too much camera technology. So for y'all to still keep showing like these little school project crater rock pictures, it's just corny now. But whatever. So when those two form, they can create this sound. And through this sound, first is this spark. You know what I'm saying? This spark of life. Okay. So before you cry, when you come out of your mother's womb, before you cry, they have to spank you. That's what they used to do. They used to hit you to wake you up. All right. Well, what people don't get is that is the like connecting of the heartbeat. That's why if you don't hear the kid cry, they have to put the air in it. They push it on his chest and all this, because it's the heart's not working yet. You know what I'm saying? The heart's not working. So the air pattern is not coming in. Okay. I'm telling you that's he, Vod, he, Yad. This is you. They're talking about you. How do you know? Because for one, you breathe air. You're 70% water. And then at the same time, your heart has always beaten. Even when you sleep, your heart is always beating. It's a constant beat. Okay, that is that lightning. That is that strike. Okay, what communicates to the heart the most? The brain. All right, what does the brain send to the heart in the body? Neuroshocks. Okay, so you have this electricity within you. You know that you breathe air. Okay, you have to drink water. Okay. With this information, you would probably be more responsible to humanity. If we look at, hold on, I can do it this way. Do it this way real fast. Now I just want to give the AI overview. Hold on. I gotta take a damn picture of this shit. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Do this fast as hell. So it said the Kabbalist practices focus on solidarity, study, and direct communication with God. All right. I'm saying that because not like in the sense of you're like talking to yourself, you're crazy or something like that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it like I understand what they mean about the study of solidarity, like in the communication with God, the connection with this energy, but it's still coming from a human being. You know what I'm saying? It's like all this studying of a God and all this conversation about a God and whatever you want to use it for. Like nobody can say that there's like a dog God. You can't say that. You can say that humans made replicas of a dog, and made it into like a form of God. But no, this stuff only applies to human beings. All right, I'm bringing this up because a lot of stuff is going on. A lot of stuff is going on, whether you talk about the politics or just robbing people or just people dumber on earth, like they're not noticing certain things that they should see. It's like, wow, you don't see that. the whole Indian talk, everything is going on. Okay, the information is good and it's there, but it's scattered because of this reason. There's certain things we're not realizing, and a lot of people aren't, because they're still giving it to like spook energy. When they met these people, these older nations, these ancient nations, the story we're getting from them is not the story the way that the ancients told it. It's a complete lie, because nobody thought like this in ancient times. I don't care how many dragons and ghosts and big monsters and all that stuff that you see them make in the past. They never believed in any of that. They knew what they were using it for. One was like a teaching tool. You're something you're going to learn from this, because they're going to break it down. Second reason they used it was like a scarecrow. That's the main reason that there's so much weird looking stuff back in the day, because that's what they were. They were like protections. You know what I'm saying? That's what you did. You made, fearless type of deities that you would worship. That's what it is. It has to be honorable. It's like, not honorable. It has to be powerful. It has to be something that can strike fear in a person, but also make them revere and maybe want to study it. So, like I said, that's why you see people with 6 arms and all different types of stuff. It looks kind of freakish, but it represents something else. As far as the earth and the fire, you guys have acid reflux. Like, you guys know how you digesting your food. How are you like turning it into something else that it wasn't? And then, it's excrement. It comes out. It's like, but how are you doing that? How are you forming that shape? What is heartburn? Where do you get that from? What is acid reflux? Why is it acid reflux? Why are we calling it literal acid? Why is acid able to be in your body? So, you guys ain't never ran a fever over 100. It's like, how are you able to do that? You're higher than, room temperature. You could literally die. Like, how do you do that? How do you do that? All right. Last but not least, the dust or the dirt. That's going to come into play when it comes to your bones, because that's the first thing made on your body is the actual like bones. You know what I mean? Everything else comes after, but your bones have to be there first. Okay, how do we date things? Like using carbon dating. Okay, bones. They keep talking about out of Africa. How are they dating this? By bones. That's what they're saying. So I'm not saying that all people come from Africa or Africa has the oldest people. What I am saying is the way they came up with that conclusion was using bone marrow. That's how they do it. So it's like, that's what it is. Bone, matter, carbon, the dust, matter. That's what it is. So when you get this story about this atom, atom, being created from dust, and people don't get the whole concept, they'll argue with the stardust thing. It's like, no, bro, that's allegorical. It's trying to tell you something. Before you had the spaceship, Knucklehead, we had stardust. We were talking about stardust before your spaceship. We were talking about stardust before your NASA, before your battle to the universe or space. Is like, bro, we've been had this analogy or this explanation of what we're talking about. If all the elements are broke off the periodical chart anyway, then yes, it makes sense that Earth, dirt, is out in space, because that's where it came from. That's where we still are. We're still in space. You know what I'm saying? If you want to play that game, you want to talk about, the planets and stuff. Okay, well, aren't you on one of them? Okay, where are you in the universe? So, all right, you're already out in space. So maybe that's why the dirt is dark, and the original people are of dark skin, because that is where they came from. They came out of the earth, but the earth is coming out of the universe, which is what they would call dark matter, dark energy. Is like, bro, it's pitch black out there. Okay, so the soil is black. what's wrong with that? Like, I don't see the problem. Okay, the people that came out of the soil, they're black, are dark, or melanated. They have pigment. They're not pale. Okay, look at the dirt. Look at the dust. It's like skin of bronze, sandy bronze. Okay, mud brown. Okay, there's nothing wrong with any of this. But that's where it's coming back to. That's what I'm saying. You can get deeper in Kabbalism. You can get deeper into the other elements that break down the whole body of God. It's like you can get into all that, because all it's going to bring you back to is like responsibility. It's all on the groundwork. That's the main point of me doing this video. It's like, yo, this is what they're hiding from everybody. They're hiding the responsibility part. A lot of people are being played and used on earth simply because they're going off of a false narrative. It's a false narrative. It's a fake way of living, and it doesn't benefit anybody except the ones who are signing these contracts, selling off their livelihoods to keep everybody else asleep. When it's like, this should be given to everybody. This shouldn't even be hidden. They say it's oral tradition. Okay, you pass it on. Okay, cool. But it starts in the 12th century. Maybe it's orally passed because it's like it wasn't originally theirs. That's what I'm saying. This shit should have been on paper. And then why you had to redux it? The Hebrews, or whatever you want to call them, the Jews, they've reduxed their books a few times. That stuff ain't the original cut. It's not. And I can understand why. It'd probably be some Greek in it, like them dealing with Pharaoh and Egypt with pyramids. When all three of those words are Greek. They say, oh, Mizraim. Okay, well, what was the Pharaoh's name? And what were y'all building? So, you can catch them up. You can catch them up when you know what you're doing. But I'm just saying, this is how it's able to be done. Because more people are slaves than fully awake beings, knowing that they have purpose here. It's like you have to, do the right things. I guess that's why everybody just playing this dumb role. Everybody's sexy red nowadays. Everybody's sexy red. Everybody Cardi B. Everybody, your favorite rapper. Nobody cares about what's going on. But the bigger picture is everything's falling apart. Even relationships, families, school teaching, everything's going downhill, and nobody's realizing why. It's the mind state that y'all are wrapped up in. You wrapped up in a very selfish but unaware at the same time. It's like you're selfish, but you're so unaware of what's going on that there's just more tragedy being brought on earth because people ain't wising up to the facts. And the facts is, man, you have to break down self. You have to break down self and realize how important you are. That's what the truth is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people look at it like some scary stuff. No, you need to look in the mirror and realize, guys, if the message is connecting to you, then you have purpose. You know what I'm saying? If it doesn't connect to you, maybe you're not fully there yet. But at the end of the day, this is what's ruling the world. Spellcasting, Jewish mysticism, you know what I'm saying? Based off of a solidarity that they got with communicating with their God. And if you notice, it keeps them up and keeps everybody else on the bottom. I'm just saying it's not their science. Maybe they're using it in a wicked way. Who knows? But I know that's not their science. Their science is not being the breadwinner and the one. Oh, they got history of dealing with the money and all the money. And it's like, what times are you talking about? And with who? You know what I'm saying? It's like, they had no money in Germany like that. They was broke. They was taking over spots. That's why Hitler shut them down. But it's like, they wasn't balling out like that. Or was they? I don't know. I ain't a hate on that situation. I'm just saying, if they're using a certain skill set to make promise happen, and it's like it's a hidden understanding is like, okay, well, wouldn't that be better to have opposed to what we're dealing with, or trying to keep saying, oh, we need to break away from this when it's like, wait a minute, I don't even think you fully understand that. I don't think you've broke it down yet to get the full fulfillment out of it that you need. That's all I'm saying, y'all. Other than that, next time I come out here, I'm coming out with, or better yet, before we leave, let's say it like this. If I am wrong and it ain't going down and everything's just everything and it don't even matter. All right. This is from 2017. 2017. This is weird.
These is in the sense of already on experience. There will be a surprise outbreak. Given, as you heard from the introduction, that I have been around for a while and have had the opportunity and the privilege and the pleasure of serving in 5 administrations, I thought I would bring that perspective to the topic today, is the issue of pandemic preparedness. And if there's one message that I want to leave with you today, based on my experience, and you'll see that in a moment, is that there is no question that there will be a challenge, the coming administration, in the arena of infectious diseases, both chronic infectious diseases in the sense of already ongoing disease, and we have certainly a large burden of that, but also there will be a surprise outbreak. And I hope by the end of my relatively short presentation, you will understand why history, the history of the last 32 years that I've been the director of NIAID, will tell the next administration that there's no doubt in anyone's mind that they will be faced with the challenges that their predecessors were faced with. So for those who think that infectious diseases is gone, there's so many people who have made foolhardy statements, not knowing at the time that they made them.
Now, you could play that off and you could say, oh, well, he's just saying infectious diseases. Why was he so certain that it was going to be an outbreak, something was going to break out? Why was he so certain about it? And then why was that even a statement? Think about it. I said 2017. Trump just got in office. Nobody was talking about no damn Zika and Ebola in 2008. It was all about Obama. It just won. Nobody even brought nothing like that up. And nobody brought that up in 2009 too. That shit happened during his second term, towards the end of his first term. That's when that stuff started coming. I mean, you already know. Way in advance. He's only been in for 8 months. You already know. Damn. I don't know. To me, it makes you wonder, is your brain really working? And if it is working, how is all this stupid stuff going on and ain't nobody saying nothing? Everything's conspiracy theoried out, but y'all all broke and y'all all in debt. Where's the conspiracy theory in that one? So, to the next time, yo. Close.